brainwashed into believing enemies are woke leftists and not the actual authoritarian takeover. Trump, Musk, and the far-right elites are using them as pawns. They defend the billionaires dismantling their rights. They mock the people trying to warn them. They refuse to see they are being manipulated. Conclusion: they are the reason America is in distress. These people laugh at warnings, dismiss the facts, and blindly repeat propaganda. When democracy collapses, they will insist no one could have seen it coming. They aren't just misguided, they are actively enabling the destruction of the country. History will not be kind to those who ignored the warning signs.
Clipped. I want you to frame it from reference from 1932 to 1933 with the rise of Hitler, because most people think of Hitler from 1939, which is the start of the Second World War. But in fact, Hitler really started. Just as Trump is starting now, we are in 1933 again. And the same things that, that Hitler did, Trump is doing through Project 2025, the firing of JAG. Why is he firing JAG? Most likely because he's anticipating massive protests. And he said last time that he wants to shoot protesters in the leg. So why is he getting rid of generals that would be outspoken? Because he wants to put in yes people. He is creating an authoritarian state. Look what Pete Hegseth is doing, right? Look what Patel is doing. And he relocated 1,500 FBI agents. Why? Because that's a classic way to get rid of leadership. He is reorganizing the same way Putin got rid of the KGB and reestablished, and came up with the FSB. That would be too radical in America. So they're doing workarounds to all these problems. You replace a 4-star general with an impeccable record with a 3-star nationalist, who was probably booted out of the military because of his behavior, overlooked. And that's what Pete Hegseth is doing. All these things are aligning with 1933. And I want you to basically provide clarity to the folks listening about it. Knowledge is power, people.
America is in 1933. Again, Trump's playbook mirrors his rise to power. Most people think of Hitler as the dictator of 1939, launching World War II. But the truth is, Hitler's rise began in 1933, just as Trump's authoritarian takeover is unfolding now.
Yep.
In 1933, Hitler gutted the legal system, took control of courts, eliminating judicial independence, replaced military leaders, removed generals who wouldn't follow his ideology, fired government watchdogs, silenced internal resistance, restructured security forces, transformed the KGB equivalent into his own tool, Gestapo, weaponized propaganda, flooded media with disinformation, demonizing enemies. Trump's 2025 playbook is identical: destroying the courts, calls for impeachment of judges, ignoring rulings, firing JAG and purging the military, replacing experienced generals with loyalists, weakening the FBI and DOJ, relocating 1,500 FBI agents, dismantling oversight, eliminating independent agencies, removing inspectors general to hide corruption, rebranding law enforcement. Just as Putin replaced the KGB with the FSB, Trump is reshaping federal law enforcement into a tool of political control. Why is Trump doing this? To eliminate resistance before an authoritarian crackdown. He wants absolute loyalty from the military and law enforcement. He expects mass protests. He already said he wants to shoot protesters. He is preparing for indefinite rule, dismantling democracy before 2028 arrives. History is rhyming, but we can still stop it. In 1933,
Hitler.
People didn't take Hitler seriously. They laughed at warnings, dismissed critics, and assumed democracy would self-correct. By the time they realized the truth, it was too late. America is in 1933 again. This time, we know what comes next. What will we do about it?
Yeah, so to answer your question, Matt, this is nothing like 2016 because he actually put honorable people, Kelly, all the people he had in his administration. They had 4 years to plan this out, and that's why it's different. There's no